hello, hello. All right, where are we? Where are we? Oh, I bet right there. Yes? Maybe? Maybe? Yeah, I think so. I think I have it. Oh, no, I don't want to, YouTube, I don't want to answer a question of yours. Hi, guys, hello. I hate it when that happens. You're trying to do something and YouTube pops an ad up or it pops a little survey. It wanted me to answer a little survey. It's like, no, I can't do that right now. Sorry, YouTube, can't help you out. Hello, friends. Hello. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing well. It is, I don't know, it looks like we're raring for a big storm outside. That's what it looks like outside my window right now. It kind of has that really weird, like gold glow, but it's windy and anyhow. So, hope wherever you are tuning in from, you are having lovely weather and having a nice day. Lots of stuff in the news today. So, we are just going to focus on looking at some fun, crafty product to get our minds off of all of the things happening in the world. Welcome to you. If you are new to my channel, my name is Elle Conkar and I have a business called Elle by Mail. Lots of things, do lots of things. You can see my website at ellebymail.com, but I manufacture lots of my own products for journaling and traveler's notebooks and planners and tools and stamps and dies, things like that. And then I also manufacture paper crafting collections and then also carry a wide assortment of other manufacturers' products on my website as well. So, what we will be looking at tonight, some of my new Elle by Mail products, and then also some other products that have newly been added to the website. Before we show you what's new, let's talk about what's coming tomorrow. Peekaboo is releasing a brand new collection tomorrow with 49er Market, and it is called Curiosities in Willow Grove. We live by an area in Utah called Willow Creek, and I had to get that out of my head. Curiosities in Willow Grove. I have seen bits and parts of it. I've seen some sneak peeks that Vicki shared, and it is gorgeous. It's beautiful. If you love Vicki's collections, you are in store for a treat. So I will be on airplane tomorrow when it launches. So just know, if you're looking for it and would like to support my little Leo, I will have it. Hopefully I'll be able to maybe get it up later tomorrow, which would be the September 11th, all right? So just know it will be up a couple hours, hopefully, after I get off the plane. I'm headed out of town for a wedding, a family wedding, and so we'll kind of see how I'm going to be able to work that in there. But we'll get that up, so stay tuned for that. But that's not why you're here. You're here to see fun things that are in stock now, right? That you can see and shop for now. So I think Amy is here. Vicki's here. Hi, Vicki. Hello, my friend. I just had to cut her off. We were just texting back and forth. And I'm like, gotta go, I've got my live. So now I get to see her here. Love it. Hi, Vicki. Well, yes. You know you have lots of fans here, Vicki. So very excited for you tomorrow, my friend. I told her, I said, if I have Wi-Fi from the airplane, then I will be watching the live because I want to see it in all of its glory. Anyhow, and Amy is also here. So Amy is my right hand. Amy is so integral to my business and does so many things behind the scenes. This is how awesome Amy is. She's on vacation right now. She reached out to me not too long ago, today, and said, hey, we're settled at our hotel and my husband's doing this, and if you want me to pop in tonight, I'm more than happy to help. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, thank you. I said, well, you're more than welcome to if you'd like. Yes, so thank you, Amy. Amy will be here as I am looking at, as I am showing new products. She will be linking them in the chat. So making it really easy for you to find them on my website at ellebymail.com. But you just click the link in the chat and off you go. If you're watching the replay, welcome to you. You didn't miss out on anything, right? You're here just like if you were watching live. There is a link in the description box of the video to the What's New page on my website where you will see everything that I'm showing you. Amy doesn't know this, but I'm showing a couple of her projects tonight. A couple of samples that she put together. So anyhow, show you something fun that she did with that and a new product that I brought in. Louisa, you're so sweet. Louisa said, your hairstyle looks extra nice today. Thank you. That's a glimmer, Louisa. Thank you. And that just, you know, sometimes you run around feeling like you're just trying to do everything you can to, I don't know. I don't even know what I was going to say, like keep your head on straight. So I appreciate that. It was last minute. Anyway, let me just take a quick look at the chat and see who else is here, and then we will rotate cameras and jump right in because you don't, you're probably not here to hear me. Yeah. Well, you are because you're going to hear that, but not here to see me. You want to see the product. So let's do it in one sec. Hello, Marie House. Nice to see you, friend. It's been a little while. And Nita Man. Hi, Nita. This is funny. This is the third night I've been live this week. So some of you have been with me every night. Monday night, I was live in a private Facebook group for an event I'm teaching at next month called Crafting Through the Holidays. So some of you are going to that, and you saw me live Monday night. And then last night, we did a weeknight creative listing session here on my YouTube channel. And we're here again tonight. So it's lots of Lael this week. Because it's not going to be lots of Lael for the next couple of weeks. You will see me again, most likely on Saturday the 27th in the afternoon. We're going to list, but we won't be doing any listing in between then. And I'll be teaching at a big event. Vicky's coming to visit, so lots of things going on. So you can see me 3 nights in a row or 2 nights in a row. Anyway, hello Marion, nice to see you too. Marion was here last night. Beautiful weather in Seattle, very nice for you. I love that for you. Amy is checking in from Bodega Bay, California. 60 degrees and windy. Sounds lovely. Hi, Janine. Hello, Alyssa. Heather Graham. Hello. Heather, I think 3 nights in a row. Heather's definitely won 3 nights in a row. And Nita, maybe 2 or 3. Hello, Louisa. Nice to see you, California. Wanda Bradford, Kathy Williams, Ms. Elle. Tabitha. Hello, Tabitha. Carol K from Canada. Carol K from Central Canada. That's a onomatopoeia? Alliteration? I don't remember. Alliteration, I think. No, I don't remember. Whatever. It's been a while since I learned those things in grade school grammar, right? And I put those to use every day. Aren't we glad we learned those kind of things? Hello, Mary J. Blige. Nice to see you. Carrie Meredith, you as well. Joy Tipton, good evening from Florida. Linda Irwin. Justine Kubicki, hello. Cindy Hollenbach, hello with your lovely purple hearts. And then of course Vicky, Karen Haynes, hello. Sandy S, hello Sandy S. I think Sandy also on Monday night, maybe, right? I think. All right. Cherie, nice to see you. Mariana, it's been a while. I always love it when you all pop in, but sometimes when I don't see some of you for a while and I see your cute little name and your little tiny face, then it makes me happy. All of these new products available now. Wanda, they are. Everything I'm showing you tonight, available now, in stock, shipping now. Carrie's watching on the big screen. Hello, Karen. Susan Scally, hello Susan. Susan's so sweet. She reached out to me this week and said, hey Lael, I know that you and Nick have recently started collecting record albums, and I have some in my stash that we are no longer in need of, and would you like me to bring them for you at the event that you're teaching at next week? And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. So yes, very nice. Heather, triple Lael to tide me over. Oh golly, that's a lot of Lael. Alliteration, thank you Belinda. I knew it was one of the two, right? Paula Thompson, weeknights are hard. You're happy you can watch for a bit tonight. Well, I am happy you are joining us for a bit as well. So without any further ado, let's flip the lights, flip the camera, and then get going, okay? Reggie is hopefully nice and sleeping over in his bucket. He has been a little turd. That's the cat, not the husband or the child, just so you know. Although they can be turds too, right? The children. Adult men. They're not children. Our kids are not children. They're adult men. But, you know. Okay. So, we're going to take a look at a few small things, and then we will dive into some bigger things, bigger collections. So you can see my little, thank you, Kathy. Reminder for the plug-in. I appreciate that. Thank you. You know, there's a lot of things going through the head, and sometimes we forget some of those things, so you guys always have my back, which I appreciate. All right, so let's take a look at, let me just adjust that for a sec. Just got to make sure that I don't lose all power and turn us off. All right, yes, Wanda, lights, camera, action. All right, first thing I want to share with you is something that Amy brought to my attention, and I thought, when she told me what they were, and I'm like, oh, I'm not sure, and she said, order them. Send me some, or I have some, and she said, I'm going to make some samples. And her samples came the other day, and I'm like, oh, yes. and I had already ordered from Photoplay. So these are something that I think is pretty cool. These are called Peekaboo pocket cards. This little pack here makes 6 pocket cards. It's very economical. They're $6 for 6 pocket cards, so we can do that math, right? $1 a card. But basically, these are your pocket cards to make little gift card holders. So as we are, kind of starting to get into the season of where people are making gifts, thinking about gift giving, this little pack has your instructions, tells you everything to do. So all of your pieces are already pre-scored. There's only 3 pieces, so really easy to put your little gift cards together. But instead of looking at them this way, right, we can see plain cardstock scored. It's awesome. The work's done for us. I want to show you what Amy did with them. She created 2 and sent these to me. So this one right here, she used some of the products. Ooh, my little card's sticking out there. Let me just get that back in. Hang on. She used products on this guy. Ooh, there we go. Little adhesive that got shifted in shipping. She used products from the summer fall season pass kit. So these particular products were from the month of August. And cutest little thing here, this could be a great little teacher gift. And as I said, there's 3 pieces that are part of that card pack. You have this little belly band. So how cute, decorated the belly band with a couple pieces of pattern paper, added a little die cut with pop dots, so nice and cute. As you open that up, she has 2 other pieces of pattern paper, or 3 pieces. Open this outer cover, this outer card part is the second piece. And then this little piece, how fun is that? That is a little gift card holder that pops right out, right? So isn't that cute? There's your little gift card. Pops right in there, and it's just, a little bit nicer than, buying a card from the dollar store. Nothing wrong with that. And saying, here's your gift card. This just nice and cute and fun. And if you like to be crafty and put your own things together, then you can make your own card, but easily, right? Easily. She made another one using our Dear December collection. Now this, when I looked at both of them, I'm like, I can't even tell which one I like better because they're both so cute. But this, she used 2 pieces of the pattern paper, right? This fun little scallop, and the stars for the belly band. Belly band slides off. There is a little die cut there, foam squares behind it. Now, if you haven't seen the Dear December collection, you may not know this, but there's lots of really fun little stamp die cuts in the collection. So this almost looks like a little envelope, right? She so clever, put a little stamp there with a pop dot. You open that up. Here is another pattern paper, and you have that nice, cute little pocket for your gift card, right? So just super simple projects to put together. But when you hand this to someone or give it to them and you present this to them, it just looks like you put so much time and thought and energy into it, which is, what we want people to think when we're giving them a gift card. Because I don't know, sometimes I feel like when I give a gift card that I kind of take the easy way out. So if I make these, then I feel like I, went a little bit to an extra effort. But this, as you can see, you're not using a lot of product to put those together. So grab some of your scraps that you have, floating around in your craft supplies, grab a couple die cuts, and you could be knocking a lot of these out. So those are the Peekaboo pocket cards. And Amy, let me try that again. Thank you so much for making those samples for me, because now people can see what they look like and ooh and ah over them, and then add them to their cart. All right, next up, we're going to take a look at a couple of Elle Studio products. Just earlier this week, my order for the Elle Studio Christmas collection came in. We won't take a look at that tonight. We'll wait a little bit. We'll probably get through September, maybe take a look at that in October. But there are 2 stamps that I brought in that are not specific to a holiday that I wanted to share. And these are available on my website and shipping now. This guy, mix and match number stamp. This is such a useful stamp set, in my opinion. That is 6 by 8, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different fonts of numbers on that stamp set. So those of you that like to list with me, right? Look at all your different numbers. Now, Elle took it a little bit further. You have AM and PM. You have
STND, RD, and TH if you want to do the third or the fifth. You can do your double digits by adding 2 stamps together. Anyhow, so there you go. Does this tell me how many stamps? It does not. A heck of a lot of stamps. It may say on my website, in their product description, they may have given us the number of stamps, but either way, it's a lot. A lot of stamps on that little 6x8 set. And they are going to measure between, let's see, those little guys are going to be between about ½ inch, a little bit more than a ½ inch, up to, nope, ½ inch. So they're all within maybe, they're all around ½ inch. Let's just say that, right? Let's just say that. They're all about a ½ inch tall, ½ inch-ish, all right? So there we go. First generic set of Elle Studio stamp set that we're going to look at this evening. Uh-oh, sorry. The next set is this little guy, Everyday Vintage Badges stamp. You have, well, again, I don't know exactly how many. You have a lot on there, right? Just cute, simple little labels. Currently, adventure, favorite, love this, important, right now, love you, today, happiness, memories. Just good kind of all-purpose stamps to have in your stash to use however you need them, right? You could, with all of these, as with all stamps, but these I think would be particularly fun with this, you could stamp these on pattern paper, right? Because if you stamp it on pattern paper, now your little label here, or your badge, is patterned, and then maybe, you know, your currently is in black or what have you, all right? Karen Haynes, all right, thank you guys. 154, Amy, thank you. 154 on the mix and match number stamp set, and it looks like 31 on this guy, all right? Next up, I brought in 4 new Elizabeth Crafts stamp sets. So let's take a look at these guys. This one is called Travels from the Past 3. So that tells us there have been 2 others. I think I've maybe carried 1 or 2. I can't remember which one I've carried in the past. But Elizabeth Craft stamps are always beautifully designed. These are a nice size. So this is a 6x8 set. So you can get a feel for luggage tags. Paris, currently loving right now. Good, happy times. This was amazing. I love this place. Now, here's the thing. If you don't go to Paris, or you don't go to Sydney, or you don't go to JFK, you don't have to be going to those places to use these stamps. Those really are meant more for your, you know, any kind of junk journaling you're doing, or, you know, working in your traveler's notebook, things like that. Cards. You don't have to be going to those locations to actually use the stamps, right? So those are Travels from the Past 3. Belinda said she loves Elizabeth Crafts. Hello, Carrie. Carrie said, OMG, what is this? And I'm not sure which one you are referring to. So I can't help you there, Carrie. OMG, what is this? Amy has linked products that I'm sharing in the description box of the video. In the chat. Those that travel stamp set, 18 stamps. Thank you, Amy. All right, next up we have this set. This set is called Best Kind of Days. Again, just a nice, fun, generic, all-purpose stamp set. Best Kind of Days. Always look for the rainbows. Now, if you were with me last night when we were listing, always look for the rainbows. Ties in really well with our glimmers. A Fraction of Life Documented. Summer, the best kind of days. You are blooming wonderful. Grow through what you go through. To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. Live a good story. Stay hungry, stay foolish. So that's kind of fun. A little photo ticket here, and then, of course, your days of the week on labels. All right? Oh, yes, April. Paris, Texas, too. Of course, right? Of course. All right. Next up, we have 2 different stamp and die sets. All right? So let's look at this guy first. This guy, Beetles and Bugs. So, little frog, butterfly. It looks like a large fern leaf, an ant, and then a couple of different beetles and bugs. If you want to see how any of these products are used, I haven't used them. However, Elizabeth Crafts Designs does have a couple of examples available to retailers, photos, and so you'll see those on my website. So if you want to see a couple of these in action. This is kind of cool because it is not only a stamp set, it is a die set as well. All right, look at that. So that is a combo stamp and die set. You have dies for each one of those stamps, which in my opinion really takes your stamps to a whole other level. That just gives them so much more usefulness because you can stamp them and then die cut them and create your own die cuts and stickers or whatever you want to do. April said, OMG bugs. That would be such a funny way to add some additional elements to some of the floral papers to make them have some dimension and less girly, right? Carrie said, those bugs. Weird to say cute bugs, but there you have it. Heather said, I need these. So yes, I just thought those were so fun and different, right? Different. And Tanya said, no bugs for me, but love the other set, which is totally great, right? You know, we all have different tastes, which makes it so great that there are lots of different options out there in the market for us. Ooh, why is this so, I was like, why is this so dim? There we go. All right, this last one is a Tree of Life stamp and die set. Hello, Martine. Nice to see you, friend from the Netherlands. All right, so this one, stamp and die set. This one has one die that goes with it. So there is your Tree of Life, and you have the Tree of Life die on the back side. All right, so it's combo stamp die. But look at this, like great numbers, beautiful memories with you, remembering this moment forever, remembering you, miss you, treasured moment, wishing you were here, memories of a beautiful life, every day is a gift. Lots of different great things there, all right? Hi, Deborah. Nice to see you. Jennifer Eldridge. I love it. You guys are all still popping in on me. Love it. All right. Mimi said, I hate real bugs, but love bug stamps, dies, and stickers, right? Exactly. Okay. So now let's take a look at two new sticker books. Sticker books. Both of these sticker books by our company called Pipsticks. Some of you may be familiar with Pipsticks. These sticker books are 7 inches tall by about 6 inches wide. So those are rough dimensions. On my website, I have the, what the exact measurements are. Letter stickers. This book has 3,820 alphabet stickers. You don't have to be a word nerd to buy it though, right? But look, 3,820 stickers. And I want to say, I think that these are, these are $14.99. So that's a really good price point for 3,820 alpha stickers as we just look through those. And you can see some of these on the website, on my website. So as we just kind of flip through those, lots of different styles, lots of different colors, little puppy paws there, super neutral. So lots of fun. If you like, spelling things, titles on our list, right? These are great for, just for a nice broad assortment of letter stickers. And there are no 2 pages that are alike. So there are a lot of letter stickers in here. And that would be 3,820 to be exact. All right. And I think Karen just reminded us, she's always very good about this. If you were here watching, if you'd hit the like button, the thumbs up button, I would sure appreciate that. That'd be super helpful. Carrie said, I'm a total alphaholic. I love that, alphaholic. I am too. All right, the other one is so many planner stickers. Same size. This one is 2,600 stickers to decorate, organize, and brighten your planner or traveler's notebook. Right, so these really, as you look at, things that you might be putting in your planner or on a calendar, you could use these on a wall calendar for sure. Vacations, that whole sheet is for vacations. You've got travel, just kind of unplug, self-care, girls' night out, hanging with my bestie, movies, little cocktails, coffee. So just really fun things, little stickers to add to your planner. Maybe you're binge watching a show on TV, chilling, parties, anyhow. Lots and lots, happy birthday, date nights, girls' night. I mean, there are so many, doctors paying the bills. So many stickers here. Well, there's a couple of workout ones. I just saw these and I thought these I think would be really fun. I know a lot of us have calendars and planners and things like that. And we're all crafty at heart, so some cleaning. We don't need that sheet. Let's take that sheet out and throw it away. Nobody wants that in their planner. Laundry. Anyhow, so that will give you a really good feel. Doctors, seasonal, rainbows, your little check boxes, water, if you're tracking your water for hydrating, arrows, anyhow. Just a really nice assortment of stickers for your planner. And then those are little hearts, all right? 2,600 planner stickers. All righty, I need those. I know, the planner stickers, right? All right, friends, so let's now dive into the kind of meat of what we're going to look at tonight. We're going to take a look at the fall holiday season pass, and then we'll take a look at a couple of collections after that. All right, so as we take a look at season pass, if you are new to Lael or you're new to season pass is a collection of products that I launched in December of 2024. The idea being that, yes, we love big collections. Sometimes we want to buy everything in a collection, but sometimes we may not have the budget to do that. And sometimes we really may not want to have all the things in a collection. We don't need everything for Halloween or everything for November. Sometimes we just need a little snippet of product to maybe decorate our traveler's notebook, or maybe do a couple of 12 by 12 layouts, or maybe part of a mini book if you're working on a mini book for a year. So that's kind of the concept behind Season Pass. Season Pass took a big revamp. Ooh, I don't know what I just did. I think I hit the camera. Season Pass took a big revamp, starting with the summer fall season pass. The papers are now, starting with summer fall season pass going forward, your traditional scrapbook paper. So the feel, the weight, everything that you know and love about traditional scrapbooking or paper crafting paper, printed on an offset press just like regular scrapbook paper. So no sheen that we were seeing before because it was printed on digital press. That was one of the big major changes that we made. More expensive for me, more expensive manufacturer, but your price didn't go up. Your season pass, there are 4 so far. So seasonally, once a quarter or once each 3 months. So this one is fall holiday. So the months of October, November, December. Packaged in your little craft storage pouch there, which is kind of nice to have in your storage pouch to put all your things in and keep them together. So with season pass, you have an assortment of products for 3 months. Your cover sheet is really just kind of a bonus sheet, add-on sheet, because the back side will always have some kind of usable pattern on it. So we do that so you can kind of see what you're buying, but on the back side, nice usable pattern, right? It's there. We have to print it. We might as well put something you can use on the back side. And I will tell you, we are wrapping up this week season pass, the papers and the die cuts for the winter spring for 2026, and my designer has sent me so many patterns that we will be putting patterns on the back side of that cover sheet. So like a pattern from the collection. All right, from one of the collections. So let's dive into October, the first of fall holiday. You have for each of the 3 months 4 12 by 12 papers. All right, so your 12 by 12 papers will work for you if you're a 12 by 12 scrapbooker. They will work for you if you work in a traveler's notebook. They will work for you if you're a card maker or work in a mini book. So size that works for everyone, and patterns that scale to really work in any type of project that you're working with. So as we look here, we have 3 double-sided patterns, right? You have some really fun diamonds. On the back side of that, just a nice neutral, kind of obscure polka dot there, scattered polka dot. You have some word strips. You know me and my word strips. So you could use this whole, which I will use it whole, but if you really wanted to get nutty, you could cut this up and have enough Halloween word strips to have you until the cows come home for a really long time. Backside of that, red and black stars. And then this little trick or treat, backside of that, just some nice kind of abstract-ish, I guess, polka dots. All right, so your traditional Halloween colors, then with some fun light blue and teal mixed in. Then you have a sheet of cut aparts. So your sheets of cut aparts have 8 3x4 cards and 2 4x6s. And again, that's so no matter what type of crafter you are, card maker, working in a traveler's notebook, a planner, planner, a little bit harder for those guys, but you could. A scrapbook, mini book, there we go. So your 3x4, 4x6 cards for your mini book. So cut aparts, and I use these a lot in my traveler's notebooks for decorating pockets. And I'll show you how I have used all 3 of the months so far. as soon as we get through the collections. And then you've got just cute little pumpkins on the back, right? Cute little pumpkins on the back. Sheena said, so excited for this season pass. Well, I am so glad you were excited. All right, because I'm excited too. So those are the papers for October that are the first month in the season pass. Then you have a package of mixed die cuts. So for fall holiday, you have a Reggie hair, cat hair, but that's not in yours. That would be extra. You'd have to pay extra for that. I paid extra to have that on my package. Your die cut pieces. So 69 die cut pieces working for Easter. Oh my heavens. I've been looking at Easter today. Looking at Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So I have separated out all the little die cuts by month so we can really get a feel for what these guys look like. All right. So you have a couple of ghosties. You have a tree, a couple of spider webs, a couple of bats, cute little owl, couple of jack-o'-lanterns, haunted house, a little cat that kind of looks a little bit like Reggie, but there's no white on him. A little eek, a fence to kind of go in here with your little haunted house. Of course, candy corn, right? You know me and my candy corn. I love candy corn, so you're getting it in your season pass. A moon, trick or treat, a little star, and boo. All right? Those are the die cuts for October. Let's talk about some products that are mixed. You have a sheet of word strip stickers. So your word strip stickers are working for all 3 months. You have top portion for October, separated by one long word strip sticker of bats. Middle portion, or I guess the next quarter, Thanksgiving, right? Thankful and grateful and fall. I'm nuts about you, fall memories. Then we have a little divider. That's one whole sticker of little mushrooms. And then you have Christmas, the holidays. Well, I shouldn't say holidays because these are all holidays. And then you have stars separating. And then look at this. This is almost kind of like a bonus, right? Happy New Year, countdown to 2026, pop, fizz, clink, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then some generics. Choose happy, every day is a new beginning. I am perfectly imperfect, enjoy the little things. So a really broad assortment of word strip stickers here, not only for the holidays, but also kind of the start of the new year and in general. It is a kind of shared product across the fall holiday season pass. This is another shared product across the fall holiday season pass. The 18-piece photopolymer stamp set. So you'll see an assortment of stamps here that work for different months. The season pass, this is the 4th one for this year. There was one thing that was consistent across all 4 stamps, and that was that label. Because after all 4 season passes, you have your little month of the year that fits in that label. So if you did season pass with me all year, and you can still pick any of these things up, you have your months and then everything fits in that cute little label. So a couple for Halloween, cute stars, but guess what? Stars work well for Halloween. They will work well for Christmas. They could work well for the 4th of July, right? So your stars actually have a little bit of staying power. You have a bat, you have eek, obviously October. And those are the stamps for that fall in for October. So we'll come back to this one in a minute. While I have this here next to me, with Season Pass, you can choose to have the option of including Traveler's Notebook inserts or not, because not everybody uses Traveler's Notebooks. I was gonna just forget this. You have roll of washi for each month too. So let me just pull out a quick piece of paper here and swatch this so we can see what this little guy looks like. This is that really fun trick or treat that oopsie we saw on the paper. And with that being kind of on a white transparent background, when you put that down on something, depending on what you're putting it down, it almost looks like you just had a really cool like clear sticker that you put it on. All right, so let me show you what I did with October. And this is just what I've done so far. All right, so I've set up my Traveler's Notebook for October using some of the products from the October part of the season pass. I put it in my Breton Black Stripe Traveler's Notebook cover. And as we open up, here are my pockets. nice and cute and decorated, right? So did a little bit of stamping. So kind of stamped a background there with the stars, stamped a little owl, did a little repetitive stamping there with ink, all from that stamp set. Did some more stamping up here with the stars. And then just used the cards and the die cuts to just make my pockets nice and decorated. Then created 2 slip covers for 2 of my inserts. So kind of created a little scene there with one of the 3x4 cards. And then this little guy used another 3x4 card and a couple of the die cuts. So this is ready to roll, okay? I'm already set up for October, right? I do 3 classes with season pass, and they are all geared around this. So if you do traveler's notebooks with me or interested in doing traveler's notebooks, we do a class each month basically to build all of this and set up your traveler's notebook for the month. But on the design team, I have someone specifically that uses season pass for card making. Also someone specifically that uses season pass for 12x12 scrapbook layouts. Now, one of my graphic designers has also, and she's been doing this for the last, I think, 4 or 5 months or so, or the last 2 season passes, has created sketches, but they're not really sketches because it's using the digital product, sketches using the product. So if you go to lailbymail.com right now and go to the season pass, you will see 3 projects so far. The one that I just showed you for October, you will see her 12x12 sketch using the product for your scrapbook layout, and then also a traveler's notebook spread using the product, which could also double for a layout because the size isn't too far off. So you'll see that for all 3 months. Okay, so we just took a look at October. Let's dive into November. Let me put these 2 off to the side. November. So November, a little bit of fall mixed with kind of a little grateful, thankful. We'll come back to this one in a second. Let's take a look at the meat of the kind of the 12x12 papers first. So you have a beautiful floral. There is a teal in here too. This one is incredibly difficult to photograph the color. So when you see my traveler's notebook setup, you'll get a really good feel for the color. This is what the color looks like. Teal is incredibly difficult to photograph, so it looks a little bit different in my photos. But beautiful colors, love the floral sprays, and then you have kind of that nice hatch mark on the back side. The B side for that, just a nice neutral multicolored horizontal stripe. You have leaves, of course, November leaves. You may or may not be happy to know there are no turkeys. No turkeys. No turkeys were harmed in the making of this season pass. The pink, I love the pink. I mean, look at those together, right? Just that little fun pink plaid is just such a nice, I think, bright pop of color in fall with our leaves. Then you have this beautiful floral, which would go nicely. I mean, it could go nicely with that, right? But I think goes very nicely again with the pink. The back side of that, you have kind of your tone-on-tone leaves there. So when you look at all of those things kind of blending together, everything blends together, works together very well. Then we have our cut apart. So again, you have 8 3x4s, 2 4x6s. As we look at the back side of that, some cute little acorns. All right, so let's look at the die cuts associated with November. Here we go. Of course, we have a grateful, there's a fall, a couple of really sweet, cute acorns, a tree, number of different leaves, a couple of different flowers here. I feel like I'm playing the coconut game, the shell game. Okay, where am I hiding the balls as I'm moving things around, right? Just kind of moving things around here. Cute little pumpkins, an apple, let's move there. So thankful, fall, grateful. All right, so a really nice broad assortment there of different die cuts for your little snippet of whatever you're crafting in the month of November. So if a season pass is kind of a new concept to you, hopefully now that you've looked at it a little bit, you're starting to get the idea. Enough paper, enough die cuts to do a couple of projects, and then sometimes you're just ready to move on. You don't need to have $150 worth of fall products. Now, If you want to, you can. I won't stop you from doing that, but that's kind of the idea behind Season Pass. Let's take a look. Ooh, let's do the washi. This, of course, let me get that out of the way. This, because I loved that pattern so much, that first floral paper that we looked at, that is that beautiful washi. All right. So there we go. And that is another change that we made to Season Pass, starting with the summer fall. The washi sports a pattern from the Season Pass, as opposed to just being something generic that I was able to find. All right, let's take a look at my setup for the month of November. So for the month of November in my Traveler's Notebook, I've used my noted Traveler's Notebook cover. We open that guy up. Pockets all cute and decorated. Did a little bit of stamping again, kind of create a little background with a little acorn stamp as we look here. Well, I'll show you that in a minute. Acorn stamp, some leaves stamped, and then a little blessed stamp. Did a little bit of fussy cutting on a couple of the cards. And then my slip covers, right? So not only am I ready for October, I'm ready for November too. Stamps. So the stamps for November, you have your leaf, you have blessed, and you have your little acorn. Oh, and fall. All right. That takes us into the third month of the fall holiday season pass. We might as well, since we have the washi out. I am such a sucker. This was a no-brainer. I'm such a sucker for a candy cane stripe. That I'm like, yes, we need a candy cane stripe washi. And there's also a paper. Right, just nice and fun for Christmas. You could use that for Valentine's if you wanted. You could probably work it into 4th of July if you're doing that too. All right. While we have the stamps out, let's take a look at the stamps that pertain to December, or the Christmas holiday. Again, your stars kind of do double duty for Halloween and Christmas. Nice candy cane, merry, holly, jolly, fa la la, that little star, and ho ho ho. All right, as for the papers, there's your candy cane stripe, right? There's your candy cane stripe. Love it, right? It's just such a good classic Christmas pattern. Carol, does the Season Pass December papers match or coordinate with the Dear December collection? You could use some of them together, Carol, but it was really important to me because we were kind of designing. We were wrapping up the design of Dear December as we were kind of in the middle of this, and it was really important to me that they looked different. Now, things could certainly coordinate. Let me just grab, where is, here. I was trying to see if my mini book is up here. It's not. So let's just pull these. Let's pull the papers. The red's hard, right? Red could be a little bit, well, you know what? At least starting with candy cane stripe, I think they would really coordinate for sure, generic things like that. So yes on candy cane stripe. Let's move this guy. On the back side, you have a kind of off-white with red and green confetti. So I think so. I mean, they look very different. The collections are both very different, but I'd say that, yeah, some of them would certainly work together. Those two would work together great. I don't want to try to confuse too much of Dear December and Season Pass, though. I mean, yeah. All right. This guy, it's Christmas. Doesn't it usually coordinate red and green? So, Carmen, here's the thing. Reds sometimes are really difficult. There are many different shades and tones of red. So, if they are kind of similar, sometimes they could be really, really off, and then they wouldn't go together. But yeah, I think they things will coordinate. Most of everything would coordinate. So this little guy with your red stars and smaller little green stars in between. Backside, a nice black and cream plaid. So there is no cream in Dear December, but you could certainly, blend these two if you wanted. Then we have your nice floral. There is a lot of black accent in Dear December, so things would go well together that way. As we turn that over to the back side, a really fun, different looking scallop, right? I think that one is so fun. And then you have your cut apart cards. So again, you have 8 3x4s, 2 4x6s, and the B side there. Vicki and I was when I saw Vicki's wrapped in ribbons Christmas collection that came out, I'm like, Vicki, you're not gonna believe this. Sometimes things just happen, right? So this, I think, was already at the printer when her collection was released. She has, and it's different, but kind of same idea of these little kind of strips with bows. So it happens, right? We don't use the same designer. It just happens. Sometimes we get inspired by similar things. All right, so let's take a look at the die cuts now. The die cuts for December. And then we'll take a look at what how I set up my traveler's notebook. So Christmas tree, some poinsettia, little greenery, stack of presents, a couple of different ornaments that have a little bit of like it's not real glitter, but it looks like glitter, which is kind of fun. Give a little sparkle there. Joy, a stocking. There's one of those, or two of those. Stars, joy, Mary, little snow globe, a couple of black stars, which could also be used in Halloween. All right, so those are the die cuts. And now let me show you what I did to set up my traveler's notebook. This one, I have used the black and cream scallop because this one is just classic. And yeah, I love it. So it's Christmas. As we open up here, lots of fun decorating those pockets. So I just did a little tiny bit of stamping on this one. In class, I will do more stamping with the stamps for my calendar. But you see really fun pockets decorated. Look at what I did with one of those scallops. I fussy cut it and added it right there. So it looks like, I think my mom's here. So it looks like a little piece of trim, like fabric trim, right? Then we look at our first slip cover with our little ornaments hanging down from our card. And then the second one, just simple little Merry Christmas. All right, so there we go, friends. That is have I shown everything? I have. That is the fall holiday season pass. Your storage pouch, your 12 by 12, your 12 by 12 papers, plus the pattern on the cover, 3 rolls of washi, your stamps, and your word strip stickers. So lots of value in that kit. All righty. So now that we have taken a look at that, bye. No, not bye. Sorry, not bye. I was just talking to Nick. Sorry. Let's see, Carrie. Now, do you only do seasonal listing in that TN? So that's a great question, Carrie. Not at all. What let me see really quickly if I have this handy. I should. Yes. Okay. So I already pulled. This was when I always end up making 2 of each sample because one, my sample, and then when we do class, I create another one. So I pulled part of this out, but this will help you to understand kind of what I use my traveler's notebook that I decorate the season pass for. So this was from September. This is part of the summer fall season pass. So this particular traveler's notebook I use very specifically for calendar, note-taking, project planning, and things like that. I don't put any lists in here. And so like here is my calendar. And at the end of class, I end up taking what I have left over. So for example, those are some of the things I had left over from the month of September. And I decorate my little calendar. So that's what I use this for. Now, everybody does things differently. I will tell you, and this could be a little confusing, this guy, once I'm done with this, I move out. I pull all the products out. Sometimes I make cards with them. Sometimes I cut pieces up. Like I might cut the back side of this up and use it in one of my traveler's notebooks for listing. But all this product I end up repurposing, but I move out. And my calendar, even though it is decorated right now for the month of September, when September's over, we just pull our little slip cover off for September. And then, whoopsie, I tore that. And then recover it, slip cover it for the next month. So it would end up being slip covered this way, all right? And that's how I use it. The beauty of Traveler's Notebooks is that you can really use them for anything that you want, but that's how I use them because I use more than one Traveler's Notebook at a time. All right, so hopefully that clarifies any confusion there. If you have any questions. Shan's girl, I love it. Thank you. She said, love the season pass. Perfect for my monthly planner in a Traveler's Notebook. Okay, friends. All right, so let's move away from season pass, and we are going to take a look at some other new products. This one is Kelly Bang's Autumn Archives collection from Spellbinders. So what I have done is I have pulled out, let's start here. I think this will be the easiest place to start. Let's start with the die cuts. Again, look at, I did all the work, so it's much easier for us to see things ahead of time, right? All of the die cuts. So in the die cut pack, there are 168 pieces. The way that Spellbinders does their die cut packs, you get 2 each of every piece, which makes it really nice because if you're like, I love this little puppy, but I'm afraid to use him because I like the puppy. No worries, you have 2. You have 2 of everything in the die cut pack, so that's kind of nice. I have used this collection twice so far in our listing sessions, and so I'll kind of show you what those things look like or how I've used them after we look at the collection. But beautiful colors, nice rust and oranges like you would expect, kind of golden colors, pops of pink, a little bit of mint, but just a really nice, soft, fun fall collection that also has pieces that have nothing to do with fall. The camera, the little planner, the sweater, well, the sweater's kind of fall. The typewriter, the radio, the florals could be used for anything. The pets could be used for anything. We've got a couple of labels that could be used, but I mean, it's really pretty much a fall collection, but you could pull non-fall things out, all right? So there we go. Those are the die cuts. Again, there are 168 pieces, 84 designs. So 2 each of 168. All right, let me look. Yes, Mary J, and thank you guys. I see that you're answering questions for people. If you already have an order and you want to add to your order, super easy. You can do one of 2. You know what's just easier? Send me an email. Send an email to laelbymail@gmail.com. My team can then add that to your order. That's we have a lot of people adding to their orders right now. So not adding to their orders, but doing multiple orders, which is totally good. It just takes a little bit more work on the back end. If you want to add anything to your order, or if you've already placed multiple orders, no worries. But if you want to add something, shoot me an email, laelbymail@gmail.com. Let me know what you want to add. I can do that on the back end, email you an invoice, and then you'll be good. All right, paper, right? Let's look at the paper. So 24 sheets, 2 sheets each of 12 different patterns. Again, kind of nice to have 2 sheets, right? Okay, as we look at these, and this is all in stock and shipping now. Really fun kind of sweater pattern, and these are all single-sided. A mixture of your little icons, cameras and typewriter and coffee cups, things like that. A fun, kind of word strippy, right? With some mint in between. Again, you could use that whole or cut those guys out. Love this one. Love, love, love. Hello, Maritza. Hello, hello, hello. Carrie, I know. Carrie said you just keep adding good stuff to the source, so we keep adding on. And you guys, my team, Lily and Denise, that pack all of your orders and pick all of your orders, they are so good. They are so good. But the other day, they're like, hey, is there, it starts to take a little bit more time. Do we really have to keep doing this? Like, people have multiple orders, we ship them together. I'm like, yeah, sorry, guys. Right now, I'm not going to move off of that because I know how I am. If I want to shop more, then sometimes I won't shop more because if I have to pay shipping again, I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't want to do that. And I want you guys to be happy. So, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we understand. Okay. And I'm like, I'm the boss. No, I didn't say that. I'm the boss. We're going to do it anyway. I don't really say that. But this, I love this one. This light pink with the floral. This has nothing to do with fall, right? And I love it when you get a collection that you can kind of multi-purpose. That pattern you can absolutely multi-purpose. As with this guy, the little kind of Vans checkerboard looking pattern. Beautiful floral. Beautiful floral. Love those pops of mint. Nice little wood grain. Just a nice basic base for one of your projects. Super cute plaid, right? Nothing to do with fall. That guy has nothing to do with fall. Of course, it works with fall, but don't have to use it for fall. Kind of your mustard color there. Zen girls, I will pass that on to them. So grateful for extra effort packing and shipping. And it was so funny. Last night, someone sent an email and said, thank you so much for combining my orders and refund one of the shipping. That helps me to shop with you more. And I just appreciate it so much. And so I forwarded that email to the team and I'm like, gosh, it's almost like that person was hearing our discussion yesterday. They really weren't. All right, another fun plaid. You have your 3x4 cut aparts with all those fun icons, your 2x2 cut aparts, and then you move into that second, the second, there's 2 sheets of each design in there. All right, then we move into chipboard die cuts. Now, the chipboard die cuts, they are not like your traditional chipboard, right? They're not your father's Oldsmobile. They're not your traditional type of die cuts, or excuse me, chipboard. These, and I've used one, don't worry, that's not missing that. But I just want to show you the thickness of these. So that you normally stay away from something that is chipboard. Look at how thin those are. So thin in a good way. If you are worried about, adding a little bit too much bulk on any of your projects, like let's look at this. See that? They are not like your traditional thickness of chipboard. So I think that's nice because I can work these in a little bit into my traveler's notebooks where I normally wouldn't ever put chipboard in there because it's too thick. But lots of fun, great icons again. That'll really give you a good feel for that collection. And those are the chipboard die cuts. Some different options in the chipboard die cuts than you see in the paper die cuts. Then that takes us to chipboard alphabets. Also stickers, so those chipboard die cuts, adhesive back, and your chipboard alphabets also adhesive back. 85 letters there, right? So you have multiples of some of the vowels that we need to use more often. It looks like all of the vowels have multiples. So A, E, I, O, U, you have 4 each. And then your other letters, your consonants, you have 3 each. So nice fun patterns there that coordinate with the collection. And when you look like at that J, that has a little wood grain on it. So super cute. The N has the wood grain. So they all have some pattern, one pattern or the other from the collection on those letters. All right, if you are into dies, there are some great dies with this Autumn Archives collection. I did not do a big bundle with this because I never put dies and stamps in a bundle because that just makes the price get way too high in my opinion. So, and some people don't want all the dies and things like that. So there was no big bundle with this. All the products are a la carte. Starting with this, you have your alphabet. So 26 letters. If you look at those little guys, they are, let's see what size those are. Those are about 3/4 of an inch. All right. So there you have your alphabets, your dies, 3/4 of an inch tall. You have your leaves. These are so fun. When you look at that, the different vein is a separate die from the leaf. You have the little cap to the acorns or separate dies from the bottoms of the acorns. There you go. So that is a 13-piece set, 13 of your dies. Then you have the trees. Again, you have the branches and the trunk of the tree. The branches and the trunk are separate from the rest of the tree. So as we look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fun little trees to work with. And what's nice about this set, a tree is a tree, right? What makes it fall or spring or summer is what you are cutting it with, right? Or what you're cutting it with. So if you're using a really fun pastel pattern paper, then that could be spring trees. If you're using bright green, then that could be summer trees. If you're using white, right, you could have a big white ball there. They could be winter trees. And then on the last die, this one is called, these are documenting labels. So you have a number of different labels and then some different words that you can add to those labels. This is a 17-piece set. Some of them can even nest, right? And that wraps up the Autumn Archives collection. from Kelly Bangs. All of that is in stock on my website and shipping now. One thing I wanted to mention, if any of you have purchased the season pass, this is another one of those just weird coinkydinks that happen sometimes. These three were summer, fall from my season pass. So these were done in, I don't know, June, July, probably April, May. But these colors go very well if you are also getting autumn archives. All three go really well with this collection. So there is no washi with the autumn archives collection. However, you do have washi from season pass if you got that. One thing I just realized I forgot to mention about season pass. You can also buy the season pass products a la carte. All right. So if you're like, oh, I like the papers, but I wouldn't really use anything else, you can buy them a la carte. Now there's limited a la carte things in terms of quantities, but you can buy them a la carte. All right. So let's take a quick look at just a couple Halloween things that I brought in. That's the last thing that we're going to take a look at for this evening. First off is these Creepin' It Real rub-ons from Photoplay. I really enjoy using rub-ons. I've been using the 49 to Market rub-ons, some of them that they've done for the last couple of years, and I just love them. I think they're so fun. These I thought were so fun. I did not bring in the Creepin' It Real collection. I just brought in the rub-ons because I thought I would work these into my lists, right? So you have 2 6x8 rub-on sheets. Look at this ghost. I love that ghost. It's kind of the sheet is floral. And then even look at the little skeleton there with the flowers. It's a sweet skeleton. Backside, another ghost that has floral on him. So just some really great rub-ons to use on any of your Halloween projects. Then what I did bring in from Photoplay is the Halloween junk. All right, so with Halloween junk, we have the 12x12 sticker sheet. A little bit more, not vintage. It's not vintage look. It's just a little bit, maybe, I don't know, maybe vintagey, I guess. But so fun, so fun. 12x12 sticker sheet. The cardstock ephemera, so we'll just look at it through the package here. You have different pieces, different size, tags, frames, and different things like that. With the ephemera, you have 30 pieces. And then you have the paper pack, the 12x12 paper pack. So the 12x12 paper pack does include the 12x12 sticker. So if you're like, oh, I love Halloween, I love this collection, I want to get it. If you're getting the paper pack, you don't need to also buy the sticker a la carte because the sticker is part of the collection pack. But I like to bring in 12x12 stickers because sometimes we're not using any paper. Sometimes in our projects, we just want stickers. So, all right, there's that sticker again. All right, we look at this. This just so fun. Isn't that great? If you're a 12x12 scrapbooker, makes it really easy. A lot of your decorating is done here for you. In this collection, there are 2 sheets each of 6 double-sided patterns. That is the back. So there's our 2 sheets. You have a sheet of tags and little cut-apart strips down below. Little haunted house, spooky vibes. Parts of this, if you are a Disney fan, there is something about this, and you know what I think it is? I think it's these little guys. There's something about this that very much reminds me of the Haunted Mansion. So if you have loads of stickers, or excuse me, loads of photos from Haunted Mansion, I think this would go really well. Your Disney photos from Haunted Mansion. Backside of that. I love papers like this because for me, when I see this paper, I don't think, oh, I'm going to use that whole. I think that, wow, look at, I have one piece of paper and look at all the things I can cut out and use. Another beautifully kind of, so much of the artwork is done there for us, right? We don't have to do a lot beyond that. Pumpkins and vines. And then this guy, we have our kind of dictionary paper. Nice little art over there. Nice plaid. Now, 12x12 scrapbooker, and this is why I'm bringing this up. If you look at some of these papers, you could do something like that, right? You could put those two together. that first paper that we looked at, this guy, right? So we could start to work in some of these together. We could do that also with this guy. So we're kind of ending up with some borders on the sides, right? So that helps us to put maybe a couple of different papers together in a spread. And these, the way I would work with this, I'd use a lot of black photo mat, right? Because the black photo mat would help to bring the black here into the black over here and make it look really cohesive. All right, I think that was, let's see, was that our last paper? Oh, okay, hold on. Did we already look at, oh, we did. Yeah, okay. And then you have this guy. These are your cut aparts, your 3x4s, those aren't really, that's not 2x2. You have a couple 2x2s, some just different cut apart cards, and then your spider web on the back. All right, so there you go, my friends. That is, and there are more new things on the website. I've just not shown them to you tonight because, you know, we only have so much time. You guys are like, I got to go to bed, Lael. And you will continue to see more things brought in. Lots of things on order. If you missed me at the beginning, I mentioned that tomorrow, Vicky's next collection with 49 Market is revealed. And I should, hopefully, we'll see, have it up on the website maybe tomorrow afternoon, maybe tomorrow night. So if you are anxiously awaiting that collection, just know, you know, if you want to support Lael, you can. You can get it from me. So just watch for that to be up on the website, hopefully tomorrow. It hasn't, I don't have images or anything yet. It's not available to retailers yet until tomorrow. So that's the plan, my friends. Okay, because I'm not going to show you it yet, but Monday the 15th, September 15th, the Lael by Mail bi-monthly stamp and die release. So new stamps and dies. I have received word from Amy today that the anxiously awaited Dear December postage stamp die that you guys keep asking about it has shipped. So hopefully we'll see it this week. If not this week, next week. And then those of you that have placed orders, be ready to go out with your orders. September 22nd is when the my 2025 December documented mini book project kit is shipping. It's done. It is done. It is designed. I just proved the instructions today. All the cutting, everything is done. Just a little bit more kitting to do. So that will be ready to ship on September 22nd. If you list with me normally, we're not together again until September 27th. Wedding this weekend, out of town next weekend, teaching at the Ready Set Create event, and then Vicky's coming into town. We're gonna hang out for a weekish. So we will be listing Saturday, September 27th in the afternoon. All right, friends. So there you go. That's what's new. Thank you for joining me tonight. Let me take a quick look at the chat. Just a little sneak. Do I have? You know what? Let's see. I think I probably have something. Excuse me while I turn my back to you. Let's see what I have here. I think I have them all up here. I just have to make sure not to pull things. You wouldn't believe how far out we are. I mean, how far, what am I trying to say here, Lil? We are very much ahead of the game when it comes to stamp design. So I only have one thing here upstairs with me. Everything else is downstairs, so I will show you this. If you are familiar with my kind of in the pocket series of stamp and dies, so we have the library pocket, so you have your library card and your card that goes in the pocket, and then the library card pocket. You have in the envelope, which is a cute little envelope that is a pocket. We have, the next one will be released on Monday the 15th, and that is kind of, you think about it, in the camera. All right? So it is a stamp. It is also a die. So you could buy it together, or you could buy it separately, or one and not the other. Let me pull this out of my little storage pouch here, and then I'm happy to share with you a sneak peek. That's the only one I have upstairs, so this is what we get. I've seen a project come in already from one design team member using the stamp and die for this, which is really fun. Sorry, I got distracted because I thought something else was up here, but it's not. Let me get this out of here. Hang on, plastic is sticking on plastic, so There we go. All right, it's 4x6 stamp set. That's the camera. All right, so it's great camera, fun camera. Let's do this so you're not looking at me through it. It is a fun camera to use on any of your projects. What you will see me use this is as a pocket, all right? So it is the width. Well, guess what the width fits on? Oh, and then I need to show you one more thing. The width fits, you can use it in a lot of places, but it fits on your traveler's notebook. So you can create a little pocket in your traveler's notebook. Stamp that, stamp it on pattern paper, stamp it on your traveler's notebook insert itself, whatever that may be. The die is the pocket. So, you see those wings? When you cut that, the wings fold back, the bottom wing folds up, and that is your pocket. So when you think about, when we use pockets like that a lot, putting photos in the pockets, putting memorabilia in the pockets, putting a list in the pocket. So that is coming. That's one of the new stamp and dies that's coming on September 15th. So excited to share that with you guys. There's one other thing I forgot. Let me just quick check the chat. Oh, I love that. I love that you guys are liking that. The camera and the pockets. Yeah, the pockets. You know, I work a lot in traveler's notebooks, and a lot of times you need to add more things, and you can't necessarily add another page, but you can certainly make a pocket and add things in the pockets. What I meant to show you, though, I had mentioned I had used Autumn Archives on 2 lists so far. So that is a list that we did last Saturday using Autumn Archives, and it is things I'm looking forward to this fall. So super cute, right? Super cute list using Autumn Archives. All right, little squirrel. Wait, where are we? Oh, little squirrel. Things I'm looking forward to this fall. And then we just used this. I used it again last night. Now my list is not finished yet. There are 2 products on here that are not Autumn Archives. This is a list of shows I'm looking forward to this fall. Over here is things I'm dreading this fall, but look over here. Things I'm looking forward to this fall. The parts from Autumn Archives, that really fun floral spray there. And then these 2 kind of paint swatch pieces. Then I pulled some things from my little junk journal collage book. The TV, and those are now, we decided last night, we're changing the name of rabbit ears that you normally see on a TV. Those are now called Impala ears. So, worked in just kind of a fun little whimsical thing there. But those pieces along the side and the bottom are also from Autumn Archives. So having a lot of fun. And that has nothing to do with fall, right? None of that has to do with fall. It has to do with TV shows I'm looking forward to. So, all right, you guys. Thank you. Thanks for joining me tonight. Hope you saw something that sparked your interest. What's new? As I mentioned, everything is in stock and shipping now. At least it was in stock before we started. I never know when things will sell out. And if things sell out quickly, I'm usually pretty good about bringing them back in. So all that you can find at LaelleByMail.com. Even though I will be out of town, my team won't. So they will be still shipping orders. So no worries there. If you have placed an order already, some of you placed an order for your December and are waiting on that die. So we still have your order. If you ordered the December documented mini book project kit and you that hasn't started shipping yet, you have that order you want to add to it, shoot me an email, LaelleByMail@gmail.com, or go to LaelleByMail.com and click contact us. Let me know what you want to add, and we will handle that for you in the background, send you an invoice, and you'll be ready to go. All right? So have a lovely rest of your week. I may see you in person at an event next week. If I don't, I hope to see you guys. Oh, I'll be doing a live on the 15th. I'll be doing a live on the 15th, taking a look at the new stamps and dies. So join me then. Otherwise, I hope to see you around sometime soon. And if I don't, well, I will miss you, and I will see you sometime in the future. All right? Have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your week, great rest of September if I don't see you, and we'll see you later. Okay? Thanks for watching. Bye bye.